Alright, so in our last session, we talked about how to place modules in different module positions around our site. Now we've actually already done this, but I want to go through it just one more time to talk about how powerful this feature is. The feature of being able to put a module in any article that you want. So let's say I have an article that I'm creating, my login article. I know that sounds silly, but we're going to make it uncategorized and we're going to put it to the front page. Please log in to my site. Now normally this wouldn't be possible because there's no way you can put just a login box in an article without doing what we're about to do. So I'm going to click Save. Now normally I wouldn't do this because it's immediately available on my home page and now looks a little silly. However, when I come over to Module Manager and I'm going to unfilter those, I can find my mod login, which is already on the left-hand side of my page. I can't just put the left module positions in my article because then all of the modules that are in the left position would appear in my article. So all I have to do here is click in there, click copy, and I now have a copy of the login form. So you can give it a title, choose to not show the title because I like to make sure I have very descriptive text here so I can find them again, enable it, and then give it a new position without spaces, without special characters. So login for articles, one word. Change this to all because otherwise it won't show up necessarily where you want it to, and then hit save. Now, login for articles is now active, it's in that position, and it's on all pages. However, of course, because my template doesn't call this position anywhere, I have to call it in an article. Let's go back over to my article manager, my login article, and now I can type curly bracket, or Steve likes to say braces, load position, login for articles. Close the curly bracket, hit save, hit refresh, and now I have a login in an article. I can make this a poll, I can make this a piece of code. Any module I have installed on my site can now be included in an article anywhere on my site. That gives you incredible flexibility and power. For instance, email newsletter signups can appear at the bottom of every article. As we've already discovered earlier in the course, you can have a Google map. You can have any kind of JavaScript inserted into your articles with complete protection for using the WYSIWYG editor. This is such a powerful tool. Let me just show you one other example. Let's go to the polls and let's set up a new poll. Who will win this year's Super Bowl? Now, if I was writing an article about this, I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys, Cincinnati Bengals, of course with Tio and Chad Ochocinco on the same team. They'll either implode, explode, or they might even have a shot at winning this year. Denver Broncos and New England Patriots. So I've got a new poll, and of course it's published. Now with any component like this, I need to have a module that calls that poll. So let's go over here to mod poll and let's click copy. So now again I have a copy that's unpublished, and I'm going to call this my Super Bowl poll, and I'm going to enable it, and I'm going to call it Super Bowl poll. Now again, you want to make sure you remember what these are. Put it on all, and then select the poll that I just created. So now I have a new poll in a module position called Super Bowl poll. Let's say I'm writing an article. Let's just edit this my login article and call it Who Will Win This Year's Super Bowl? Get rid of the alias. I'm taking a poll. Load position, Super Bowl poll. Hit save. And now, in that article, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl poll? Well, of course, it's going to be the Cowboys. I'll vote. And of course, everybody on my poll thinks the Cowboys are going to win. You can make a specific poll for a specific article, get user feedback that people can look at. It's a fantastic option to include modules in your articles.